And you know, whenever the music plays or this song is playing, it reminds each and every Liberian that we've got to live up to the expectation of our motherland. Rise of Liberia and State of the Nation on Truth FM 96.1. It is the radio service of the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. I'm breathing fresh air now. At least I can boycott and somebody will be there to sit in. Let me not use the word boycott. I can fail to come, deliberately fail to come. Liberia is on the rising. Good afternoon to you. State of the Nation, Koluba Siafa.
You are under rise. All of we shall hearken to his command. It is then that we shall rise, we shall pursue, we shall overtake, and we shall conquer all of our adversaries, and we shall shout at last. The Lord star forever, the Lord star forever. Oh, long may it flow over land and over sea. Desert it, Lord, never uphold it forever. And shout for the Lord star.
So you hear that? Oh my goodness, give me Liberia, take the rest of the world, and give me just 5 years to run this country. The national resources in abundance will never go out of the hands of the people. How many times we haven't heard this one? So good afternoon to you, welcome. You shall eat the fruit of the land. June 27, 2023 edition is on Tuesday. Your humble servant is at controls. Okay, so good afternoon to you. Time is fast spent, and I am so glad to be back on the radio, having done having had a wonderful time yesterday. It was wonderful. So those of you catching us online, it's on Real TV 3 on the Facebook page. And those of you catching us 96.1, you're there in Bapulu, you're there in Bumi, Banga, you're there in Nimba County, you're there in Riverside. I'm told the Riverside Broadcasting Corporation relays this one as well. That is what we are, the biggest private radio station, and we are beaming, coming to you directly. We don't have to go through something. Oh, people. All right. So good afternoon to you. This is State of the Nation. As usual, we like to remember our partners, those who are keeping the wheels of the generators turning day by day, and no other one but Orange Liberia, Liberia's biggest and fastest internet. This is it.
There's a package for me. There's a package for you. There's a package for everyone. Small dollar cent. I can reach out my West Mongolia and enjoy with confidence.
To activate, dial *888# or subscribe via My Orange app. $1 gives you 50 minutes on net calls and 5 minutes off net calls, while the same dollar gives you 500 megabytes of data. Valid 24 hours. Enjoy using the best mobile network, certified by Ookla second time in a row. Visit our website, www.orange.com.lr, or call 111 for more information.
Brings you closer to what matters. Orange.
Record, fast-speed internet, and followable data pack. I have no excuse to not get one router in my house. Yeah, Let me run now the quarter for me and the family.
Get your home internet router from any Orange store or POS around the country and enjoy affordable data packs that start from $9 for 10 gigabytes valid 30 days to $59 for 125 gigabytes valid 30 days. There's a pack for everyone. Enjoy using the fastest speed internet.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Jocelyn, ma, please walk me. I'm going near Chalosha. Chalosha, what to the junction there? Yeah, but I'm going to recharge for the weekend. I enjoy Orange far away. The people get 1 gigabyte for $2 for 7 days.
Starting at $2, you can create your own 4G LTE data pack with the #1 mobile network operator in Liberia. Dial *352# or subscribe via the My Orange app. Enjoy using the fastest mobile network, certified by Ookla second time in a row.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Jocelyn, ma, please walk me. I'm going near Chalosha. Chalosha, what to the junction there? Yeah, but I'm going to recharge for the weekend. I enjoy Orange far away. The people get 1 gigabyte for $2 for 7 days.
Starting at $2, you can create your own 4G LTE data pack with the #1 mobile network operator in Liberia. Dial *352# or subscribe via the My Orange app. Enjoy using the fastest mobile network, certified by Ookla second time in a row.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Okay, so it's good to have you back after our commercial break. This is State of the Nation. My name is Koluba. I'm here. The co-presenter has arrived in grand style, but the guys are wavy, man. You guys are beautiful and did wonderfully well. I envy you guys. And down, up with Fiji, down with PL. Anyway, I'm just kidding you. PL will continue to be the parent body. Call the students to come. Just bring one chair here. So this is State of the Nation. Yes. So here we are. Let me acknowledge a few of our listeners or viewers online. Timothy Ye, keep on the good work. Thank you so much, Timothy. Edwin Lombe Jr., you're there from Kakata Nukwes Avenue. Maulo Molba, you're there in Mount Barclay or Grand Cape Mount County. Emen Hammond, there in Kakata. Emen reminds the Liberian people 105 days to go to elections. Chris Kraju, good afternoon to you. You're there in Kakata as well. Justin V, you're there in Dupero. Thanks to each and every one of you for coming. This is State of the Nation. My name is Chris, and we'll go strictly into the first round. But first, let me do this one. It is unfortunate. It is saddening to announce the death of former Agriculture Minister Dr. Florence Chenoweth, 2 times Agriculture Minister, died at the age of 78. Media institutions are reporting that is coming in just now. We also like to remind the electorate that presidential hopeful Clarence Moniba has named officially Grace Pan, former superintendent, should I say controversial superintendent who was prevented from going to jail by Milbrook, is now the running mate to Clarence Moniba. That is also coming up. And the Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia is captured on the front page, having embroiled herself in land dispute. Group of what you refer to as Zogos were in demonstration carrying placards in condemnation of a reported act. These and much more I line up this afternoon. The United Party has termed as stupid allegation or claims that its Vice Bearer was denied visa to travel to the United States of America. Thank you so much, courtesy to Front Page Africa for some of these headlines that we just read. Okay, so here we are. Let me do this one as a welcoming treat for the folks who've are fresh from the Sierra Leonean capital, Freetown. Go.
This station
From the fingertips of DJ Chris Ofizo, welcoming the folks from Sierra Leone, having conducted a successful coverage of that country's elections as provisional results are still coming. Well, that's not our business. We cover it and we return home. So they're going to be drilling us into the road connectivity between the two friendly countries as per ECOWAS protocol, and then into Freetown itself, accommodation, hospitality, and a media-free space, whether we had it in Freetown doing this tax. That's wonderful. That's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Got to get this ball rolling. Both is represented, or Fuja is represented in Studio B. And just in case the cameras slipped on the other side, just in case there are two students of the Musa Grade School of Professional Journalism as part of the project, they are here taking notes, observing. We are trying to drill them in radio programming and production. This much more coming up. On half of me in studio, Jeff. Uh, Jeff, I'm a Jeff, a freshman student, and wonderful RD, a freshman student as well. They are here taking notes as part of our um, policy to impart knowledge to aspiring journalists. So it's 1 minute up to 1 minute. It's up to 3 o'clock. So let's get this ball rolling. The microphones are now open in Studio B. Okay, so here we are. Magdalene sits on the other side. Magdalene, welcome. This is State of the Nation. I don't have to introduce this platform to you, but good to have you. Welcome back home. Welcome to the studio once again.
Thank you. It's good to be back in studio, and thanks to you. Thanks to God first. Thanks to you and the rest of the audience or our audiences for the support, the concern, and love. Thank everyone in love because I mean the messages, the applause, and it was just like I was actually celebrating my birth anniversary in so but it's good to be back.
Okay, good. Next, we have Winnie. Sewa Jimmy. She's the managing editor of the Inquirer newspaper, first female managing editor. Am I correct? Welcome, Jimmy. Madam Jimmy. You want to drag the microphone close to you? Winnie and I have come a very long way. Winnie is a very good friend of mine. I haven't seen Winnie with a front face. She smiles a lot. That is opposite me. I don't know how to smile, even though maybe that's the reason why people misconstrued my facial expression. Well, she's a wonderful woman, but don't mind those smiles. Those smiles are very, very harmful. Okay, next, familiar person, Women Jalako, a very good sister of mine. We've come a long way. We became workmates, schoolmates, community dwellers as well. A neighbor. Women is one-time French newscaster at the Liberia Broadcasting System, and she currently works for the Loop FM. That's the University of Liberia Radio. Women, good afternoon to your work. Okay, so we have can I see? Okay. Now I have the last but not the least. We have of course a young lady. All of them make the trip to Sierra Leone and made this country proud. I'd like to give her the ground to introduce herself. Ma'am, how you doing? My name is Chris.
The station manager for top company is also represent in Southeast.
Station manager. Thank you so much. Maybe Paco is strong. I like that. Station manager. Is it strong? Top FM in Zwedru, Grand Nigeria County. As a matter of fact, Zwedru is the second home to me. I went to school in Zletown, Bucket Junior High. When my dad, those palm trees you see in Zletown, they were planted by my dad. Yes, those palm, you have not been there. I mean, they're right in the, in the front view, but actually they have Bucket Junior High there, right? Is Zletown? I think that's beautiful. Uh, so good to have you guys. You guys took off from here last week Monday, and on a heavy downpour of rain. Don't worry, we got time, right? You guys are with me here. We're gonna produce on a heavy downpour of rain. Um, Instead of from here, I would like to talk to your host first. Let me ask her. Let's do not counterclockwise. Magdalene, welcome back. As I said, tell us your experiences on the road. You headed to Freetown, and we will do this. Everyone, let me tell you, Jesus had 12 disciples, right? And what John was writing about, Peter was not writing about it. But guess what? Another one was writing about it. That is the reason why when you see in Jesus' work, you will see in another scripture the same. Not everyone. So you got your own story. He has us. He has us. And then when we come back now, yeah, they will do the analysis. The trip on the road.
And so, me being the host, I don't know, but I think we should give the vice president, who is the vice president of FIJA.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know she had that position. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Okay, you're hereby ruled out or to open this. Thank, thank you, Madam Vice President. Sorry for the wrong protocol. When protocol goes wrong, that's how sometimes you leave the city vice president in town and breaking ground in Bangor for the road to go on. Protocol went wrong. Sorry about that. Sorry.
Okay, thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
It's good to be back home after almost a week or more. And it was a good thing. The road trip was good. And as you can see, we all went back, walking back to pick up as we left. One of the first of all, interview you said two Indian news things that gave us the opportunity. It was a long call because you see women in the newsrooms and in the media on the overall, and they are just doing. But Indian news and feature decided to target in the newsroom, not just in the media, but in the newsroom to give them skills so that they look at leadership. So if you look at the, the categories of people who want to trade, you will see their leaders and mid-level journalists. So that we all put together and share our interest, our own experiences. That was a unique thing because we wouldn't believe that yesterday when we came back, the bus driver, when we asked him what you love about this trip, the one that told us to say, "It's everything I love is unity." And you know, us like them, we unite, we bond so well, and so we know that, underneath we have other issues. But oneness so well with them, there was a good thing. We took up from there on the 19th, we shot with the man. So,
Yes, yeah, I remember you were interested in what people were wishing you birthday. Yes.
no, that's why we got better for the whole year. So that was just a portion of it. So yes, there are just like lots of cross-border activity, and it's just one of the activities under this newsroom women leadership project. Because there will be several other activities. First, what happened was the fellows were trained, and then people applied first, and they were vetted and trained. Some people applied and they didn't make it to the finishing lines. Other people made it, but some people that made it did not even go on the trip. Two people did not go on the trip and made it to the finishing lines because of some other technical issues as well. Issues themselves. So then we have ourselves going on this trip, and it was like almost 8 hours, 7 hours from here to Freetown, from boat to Freetown, and from here to the border was like 3 to 4 hours. It was a long journey, a very exciting one. We had a bus taking us from here to the border, and then another bus taking us across us over. So what happened is that we all used our passports, and we had training officer from Fuja, Indian Cook. She was the one that was coordinating everything. So she took our passports, went and the immigration to give all the things. We never had any problem. There was no stop, let me check. We had the press on the bus. We had visible jacket to make everyone understand that we were female journalists moving on a trip to for media business. So when they immediately we got there, we rested the first day on Monday because it was late. On Tuesday, we were forced to connect to different places. We had 3 persons, 4 persons to do a print, and the rest went to electronic. But the interesting thing is that on the trip we had only 3 persons in a print, and then 2 persons are moving the print. We had also an inquirer, and the rest was so radio people. And then we have 2 radio persons who say they wanted to know how we put in the print. So they joined us. And one of the leading newspapers there, we have local newspaper, and it was very cool. Those I went to electronic area, they went to another radio station, which is also known to be very credible there. The biggest and very credible there. And Madeline and Station will talk much about that because they went there. Women and I went to Awoko. So at Awoko we met Louis, Calvin Lewis. He's the head in typewriting since the 90th. A very old him, and he was very receptive. Every other part he helped Nigeria meeting, which we had to catch up with. And then right after the Nigeria meeting, we were all there with people in the field. We come back. Sometimes I was talking to some of my work as an editor, looking at people's stories when they come. The mindset when I go in the field, you see, so I talked to me as my own boss. Yeah, and I was going in the field with other staff. It was a very rewarding experience. Everywhere we went, they gave us all two credits. We were never hindered. We enjoyed being journalists instead. I can see that. Yeah.
Okay. Oh. All right. So yeah, that was the opening comment from the vice president of FIJA, under whose auspices the folks for like for Sierra Leone to cover the election. One point she struck, and underscored is at every 8 o'clock a.m. Right, and it was an electoral meeting, and that means everyone have to be there and to put hands back and then brainstorm electoral meeting. Mm-hmm.
There was a didn't need the reporters to just go anywhere. They were on top of their game. They knew where you were going. So that if anything happens, they knew they had a reporter there. So we were teaming. They were asking us in the what you have to say, what questions you have. We all talk together, whatever we have. And then right after that, you see those guys picking their legs because everybody had to play the field. So they have to join the team. One person to go in the field and come back. And interestingly, you know who's going to from the radio, the first story there. I don't know what she better cut it. Or the next day, when you say, when you talk about the front page, I need. This is
Wonderful, good.
I don't know this story. So she did very well. She was like, we call her what? We call her what? She was the shining star.
Yeah.
She was
It's
the shining star.
Okay, so Charlie, let me come to you. I'll go to Magdalene and go to since the two of you were connected to the print aspect of journalism. I don't think it was a new experience for you. Maybe you were trying to reawaken those classroom orientation. I know at the University of Liberia we did courses together. At some point in time, we divided print journalism and broadcast journalism, but you were required to take one or two courses in other of the size of the profession of the study. So tell me your experience, man. I've told your story. Your story pop up on the front page, man, of the local newspaper.
Like the members in working very good. And the fact that our goal was to learn something new, share experience, I wanted to practice. While we were practicing for behind the microphone, I wanted another form of practice. Since we learned it, we did one or two things like in a strange place, it's not our home. And so I thought, let me try the experience and then we have to take people in these people and live there. And for me, I'm so passionate about this job. I love doing it. So whenever I have the opportunity, I want to do it to my big people.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
the really mission with the
Mm-hmm. 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 Okay, all right. Okay. Okay, thank you so much for your opening comment. Let me come to Magdalene. Magdalene, the both of you, you and Princess, were in the broadcast, and Patience, sorry. Uh, oh, yeah, Patience, you and Patience were in the broadcast. No wonder, it appeared to be like a competition, right? So when Magdalene filed story back home, and she pushed you, keep pushing you, reminding you that she needed the story, not dictating to the editorial team, but she wanted to know why the story was there. Uh, and all over in journalism, when your story is printed out or air, you feel accomplished, right? So yes, no wonder why she was sometimes the last time I say you maybe work under pressure too much today. Yes, especially the story when I interview Edwin Snow. So Magdalene, your own experience, let me hear you.
my experience. I woke up I woke up, what weekend? Yesterday, right? Tuesday, morning, and I said to myself, unity has kept us since we came. Yeah, having women together is a serious challenge, but we were together. Our goal was to go and learn, share experience, and come back and recommend some of the new ideas that we acquired while in ceremony. All right, so the editorial meeting that they talked about, ours was 9 a.m. You have to be there for editorial meeting. So it was a very great experience going out with with journalists. We were assigned. I was assigned with a lady who does program. She was talking about her own, but it was wonderful. I went to areas that I haven't been before. I went to the court. I told the magistrate, I said, I haven't been to court before. And we had conversation. I interviewed them and they were like, wow. So they even wanted me to have interviewed another high profile person within the court because on the electoral matters, but we never had time. We went around covering, stories, but I mean, we wanted to do a lot, but the time, wasn't actually enough. But we attended training of all of the female that when we attended training, that was preparing female journalists for Saturday. And then we attended another training called the Independent Radio Network, which I also reported in Patience and Joyce joined me that day for us to talk about it. So this is something that, every one of us, we will talk about it. We will try to put ideas together to see whether it works. Maybe 2029, maybe some of us could just be stakeholder in the media now. So Independent Radio Network makes it very easy. There are 50 radio stations or media institutions that work under that umbrella, and they are responsible to announce results, provisional results. So if you are not part of them, if you are not club with the authority to announce results, you don't do it. You don't just take information from anywhere. So these are people who were trained. The day we reported this, these are people who are trained to announce results. So we went there. We have one.
So no other station can announce unless you are part of that independent.
They empower them because they do not want confusion. Just by sitting right and saying it caused chaos. What happened in some of our neighboring countries or somewhere in Africa? We are going back to neighboring countries.
So right, exactly. 2020. There's a station that nearly plunged this place into big chaos, right?
Nation, the True FM, we who from the very good media institution, we were able to handle the issue. We were able to report balanced, accurate, and credible information. So people who follow, whoever goes across the country, are you going to say across the world? Well, Truth FM goes across the country. So people listen to Truth FM at the time, and they were, in other credible media institution, and that's how it became, or it came under control. So we attended that training. We interacted with journalists. They were so amazed to see us. We made a lot of friends. We got experience, and everywhere isn't perfect. So the good ones the good ideas that we took from there, we are going to, can do things differently. But everything is so as perfect in Sierra Leone and like degrading my country. But the two countries are two wonderful countries that came for war, and they are still on the path of.
Okay, thank you, Magdalene, co-producer, State of the Nation. In this capacity, she has returned home from Sierra Leone, where she was a part of a team of FIJA members in that country, covering the electoral process there. One of such is Princess. Princess is the station manager for Tom FM. Sorry. Because Because you told me that one princess would have come. Okay, patience, 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 patience. I would, if I made a mistake, then you should be my back, right? Patience. Patience is one of those who was embedded into the group that left for Sierra Leone. They're back. Patience, you are the station manager for Top FM. It's a whole new experience for you, right? As a matter of fact, I think you are the second female to be a station manager. First, Patient Dali managed Phoenix of the Tottenham University. Now you are at Top FM in Israel. Tell me your own experience.
Well, we were there, here we feel, here we there is the food, mainly you took us around with the professor where the ABC had the last line, and also the data, and were covered my we were there, almost at the end of the we left the playground taking, but we're still around the theater. So over the afterwards. And also excuse for them to engage in the field, but to cover another country's protests, especially during election time, where before our arrival, we already started seeing and hearing the protests and protests. So it was a bit scary. We thought that we were heading there. So we got there and immediately they were so impressive. One thing that impressed me there too was the issue of everybody the media there, they are media, media recognitions,
Okay, so here we are, and Madam Vice President of the FIJA. Uh, Two things before we come. Electoral meeting is individual institution, this time, right? Because Magdalene made mention of independent, what do you call it? Radio network, RRN, right? RRN. And they were charged to, unless you are accredited by age, you can announce results. But that is different from ours, right? But guess what? Guess what? We got the Media Regulatory Commission, right? We got the council, media council, something like that, right? They,
after the media, stuff behind it is under person, right?
Mhm.
Yes, there's a body set up by itself. And what they do is that they have everyone signing up to that, we have a network, and we through the independent media council. We have an media council directly. So our media council directly, and then we cannot let the actual here, people just come up and see people, and see if they can help you. The IMC process it down. We will call you, we will investigate that. No, it's not going to be.
Tell me something.
Not the radio, but the program.
The
program will shut it down and say, you should not have it. If you have to take a lesson, when you do a news, you do every other people, you're not to that program. Yeah. The INC. So through the INC, the IRN was established, and then the credible people are all there. We get a whole group. Like everyone goes in there, you have to set up everything. And they kind of tracking system like the still tracking the results and so that post pre elections. The paper the credible one that comes up, they announce it. It's what they announce. So all the other radio stations, everybody feeds into that.
I see. So here in Liberia, our electoral process, for example, is to a particular polling place, there should not be more than 500 voters, right? But for example, 2020 midterm election, this radio station is announcing this party has 600 votes, right? You technically. Mhm.
Instead of the radio stations telling us what we did here, the stations are playing music. They're waiting for our to be They're playing cool music.
Because the thing is, all the information I filter down to the RRN and they synchronize it.
Yes.
Yes. Anything that resembles hate or so, they will rule that off and just report exactly. Yeah. And even the tune they will use. I'm not sure there will be something that will be so provoking. That's the way they did it, and the information goes down to all and that's how they do it.
So, morning, I should have part in my story. I worked from 2 all the way to 5-6 o'clock in the morning, session everywhere to get provisional results. I did not get my hand on anything.
You're not finding.
I searched everywhere. So, yeah. Yes. So I did this, yeah.
Your results.
So I researched, I was up for 2 in the morning. I even what I just started playing music. I said, let me just wait. So I think around 5 o'clock in the morning, I texted the Honorable Snow and told him, he said, Chief, I'm waiting for update. Unfortunately for them, they were at the ABC, the me opposition headquarters, 2 a.m. that morning because they had to put some violence on our control. Then later on, he said, but okay, by 1 o'clock there will be a press briefing. So it was the time that we all of the media, those chat rooms. Yes, that was the only time we had access to provisional results. Is that any other information you put here on and you try to release it, it was going to be false. That's the reason why information did not come to me morning for the 7 a.m. news, because I should have compared the provisional results for both parties. But
okay, so yes, this is State of the Nation. We have a group of Liberian female journalists who just returned from Sierra Leone and are sharing their experiences, not too different from ours, or from from media science, the literatures in media, not too different from what they experience there. It is about implementing in our own setting. I have with me Magdalene. Magdalene is from Truth FM. Wait, what country you are? Magdalene, just get ready tomorrow to do this show you alone. I'm tired myself. So Magdalene has just returned home from Sierra Leone. She's from Truth FM. Winnie, Mrs. Jimmy is from the Inquirer newspaper, managing editor. She herself, she's the vice president of FIJA. Women Jalako is from Luke's. She herself has just returned, and Patience from Top FM in Wedru, Grand Julia County. 29 minutes after, I didn't say gentlemen. Hey, go for it. And ladies, that for me, I like to hit myself on, I like to shoot myself before I shoot another person. That editorial meeting, that disciplined editorial meeting. Now, all of you people have spoken at no one, it is not compromise. It is not compromise. It is going away from our newsrooms. In Liberia here, it is going away from our newsrooms. And interestingly, unless those who read media science can reinforce it, the upcoming journalists will just get to know that you can just wake up and go anywhere and fetch news. So you know what some of those editorial meetings were for? They had to give you your do's and don'ts because you were in a tough situation covering an election that is disputed, even though it has not been held but it was disputed. Imagine that. Like Patience said, you people left before the gas could be fired, and we were all worrying about, especially our representative, even asking whether she got a helmet or bulletproof jacket. So, but it is good that you people are back. So,
Our day on Monday, as soon as we cross Bo, that's the region that is known to be a stronghold of the president. Bo is for the president.
Yeah.
So when we cross there, they have and all the green and white all stuff around. As soon as we cross, the APC people, which is the leading opposition party now, gather at that on the headquarters. They thought that green and white was also APC should not be also. So before we could enter Freetown, we heard that they put the headquarters of APC on fire.
Yeah.
Just because green and white was outside and
the red should not have come. Oh, my people.
Yeah. Fear, if I got a room, there's so much fear. People start putting up.
Yeah.
We fear. They let you go. They put it there. So, what that's what we cross all of it before that. And then even in the city, because of this,
you will feel that some patient was mounting
on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So we managed to go out. They have a major security press conference. I was supposed to be and the police and the resources. Their goal was to be exposed.
Yeah, sometimes it's good.
President
Sometimes it's good for these security apparatus to de-escalate the tension by speaking to the public through press conferences. The frequent you do that, the more you do that, the better you you relax the mental tension of those who you think will be affected by the tension. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's very good. Very good ones. So Friday and Thursday was the 2 meetings. So on Friday, but then something probably me and then the well. So on Friday they had a peace march. People was in a march. They walked like from here the week to the all the work across. It was a say it was not an easy walk. Because we're not needed after I walk. Because the walking the place of materials.
Yes, I know Freetown.
They want the party to come up and to prove their company party to come up and that's what so they talk a white t-shirt with this material and I want to talk to people 4 years ago. They told them and they were doing whatever they were doing. They marched, and they went to a square around the corner house. They went to a square there and then you have to look at people again. You have local and teacher English and they did not understand that they have musicians coming up and singing. Not enough singing and marching telling people that people is who is one, one.
The slogan is Salona we country. Yes, that's the slogan.
So it's not so unique. I didn't know the read. And then in the end, the greatest message was when you lost
Mini what? Mini what?
Means you should be the peace
Yeah, but on a serious note, there were tensions, there was violence. Like like my friend talked about the protest that they won't have them. They left before on Sunday after the elections on Sunday, and then it was allegedly killed in the ABC headquarters because of free victory. Yes, so after that was reported by Reuters. They asked
Yes, I think I read it on my.
very good. I read it, but I said, "Ah, but then what's happening?" Is it the person missed because there was, a protest like 2 days ago. So I couldn't have put that in my newspaper that I was writing. So I waited, and then I have to confront if first the woman died. So there were, some the violence, but
You know how the writers describe it? So she her body lie lifeless with no pulse. They didn't say die, they say pulse not responding. So
confused. I was confused and I
a level, yeah, a level you got to say well,
what is born in English everyone. Yeah.
yeah. So see,
When I studied English, I said, the happiest English here. So I waited my day broke before I started to ask, and then I received a credible source that the woman, but violence was, if they were not going to handle it, they could have, but thank God they signed this peace pledge in May. Every one of them signed this peace pledge. So, eh? Yeah, so that takes me back to peace agreement. So they signed the incumbent, the me opposition, and the rest of them because they were 13. So they signed to this peace pledge. So like anything, if you try to do otherwise, they call you and remind you and tell you that you go contrary to. But even when they're voting, they say, because actually,
before I voted, they one of a lady from UP. But then that petition listing UP. Not
oh, okay.
yeah, you know, so she had a petition listing and she had a protest. So when she gave it a neck, I don't know what we do here, but there they took the listing and they started calling. They started calling people who live there with
no, neck doesn't do it here. They just take it on face value.
the difference, yeah. So they did it and they call like, I don't know how many persons, but everyone they call, no, I don't know, you
I've seen. Good. That's a good one. I've seen a party.
I'm not 29 men.
I've seen a place where a party submits 5,000 names or 500 whatsoever the requirement is, and with telephone numbers attached in the areas, and then somebody sees their name in the publication and say, "But who put my name here?" Eh? So those numbers are there to verify. Yes.
But it will take upon the time to call all those numbers.
But if you for someone, if you for someone, you will say yes. But there is nothing to be. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's take this musical break, and when we come back, we'll open the lines, and then we will do something like to juxtapose their experience and what they are about to experience here as well. They're going to be very much involved in their country's election, and whether there will be reciprocity, whether we have female journalists coming from Sierra Leone and got themselves embedded into the ones that are here. This music is the one that drove the election in Sierra Leone. So this is done by all the artists in Salon. No party mention, promoting the election, educating the electorate. And you know, this project was sponsored by the UNDP. We all now family is the one written on the t-shirts of these artists. You know, this song is done in the various vernacular, Mande, Franco, Timini, Limba, Salona, we country. Let me bring this one down. I'll prepare to bring open the lines. But first, ladies, Magdalene, I saw getting the name of SAAH. Your relative. Thank you. Yeah, I agree. Mhm. Yeah, I saw that Saturday. I said, if this man wins, Madeline would have just left in our place and say, "No, that way, my friend Berman JV, Berman is having a security guard with him. And we talked the last time, and you know, Berman and I, we got a code name. When I call him Bio, he will call me Bio. He wanted he had to go and see this man before he became president. He and this man are schoolmates from Bo High School. So that's how, and this man was, as a result of the war, he got himself into the military. Burma decided not to go in the military, but they were very good friends until this. In fact, the good thing about it, Burma has been calling me to go there and serve some PR. But the way that he gets security, you know, my friend always like Bishop already. Got body guys up to it. Anyway, 07751. You know, no, don't worry. You know what I'm gonna do? We clear some of the things out. We'll come to 4, then we clear. Then we come to the Liberian pending election. What are you people's strategy? Eh? In the midst of a dead PUL. Eh? All right. So 07751. Oh, sorry. Where am I for now? Is it? Man. No way, nobody. All the people are involved. There's my personal person. We can speak truth to one another. No, not you. Not use up. No, not use up. I will defend the people. Not you supposed to say it. As a matter of fact, we gave breath to you people. Feature. What? Chief, don't make me take different posture on this show, yo. Yeah. Let me talk to our journalist. Hartford, how are you?
Yeah, Chris, I'm fine. I'd like to welcome back the team to Liberia. And of course, they did a wonderful job. We thank God that God is with them. But what is worrisome here is that the kind of cooperation they receive from that side, if they would be able to receive that same cooperation in Liberia, the kind of the thing they learned over there, the new strategy, I hope they will bring it and people will be able to agree to work with them to see it happening back home in Liberia. But if these things are not going to happen here, then it means we went out there to learn something and then we come, we bury it. And
no, hold on. There are two things. It's two different things.
Yeah.
Bring it to bury it, or come and bring it on and someone fails to learn it are two different things.
That's what I'm saying. If they bring it and people don't want to cooperate, people don't want to agree for it to happen, then it's going to be buried. Because you talk about the dead PUL. Now the dead PUL...
My man, hey, hold on to me. Hold on. Put that dead in quotation. Because that's what you want to run with now.
Okay. The PUL that is now functioning to its fullest, we hope that it will embrace this and be able to work together to see how they can go about this election with oneness.
All right. Thank you. 077-5144-278. Hartford Care is raising a very good point. 07751. Let's take this other one. Hello? Hello? Yeah? Yes, my man, you have to leave the noise. You are in Cape Mount, right?
Yeah, I in Cape Mount.
Yeah, get from Cape Mount. Let's hear you.
Oh, yeah, Chris, thank you for the program. I mean, the program is good. I mean, Chris, the election, our election is not far from here. And you, the journalists, need to play a role completely. Because the way people disseminate information in Liberia is quite different from all journalists around the world. I'm talking about journalism in Liberia now. So, our election is key. After election, Liberia remains. Sometimes I say election, when election will come and go.
All right.
Election is an event. So, let us work together, build Liberia, no matter the situation, who will win.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. Let me take the next one. Hello? Hello?
Good afternoon, Chris.
Yes, how are you?
Thank you very much. This is DJ Lomas from the broadcasting team, and let me say welcome to my sister Magdalene and the soldier that went along. Because you don't have to be in the military to put it in soldier. When you went a bit of people when they come back home, you are a great soldier, and let me congratulate every one of them that is in studio. First of all, let me say to those that are taking part in the election this year, I hope we learn from our sister country, because in our voice there will be some people on that because election always got some people will say we're cheated, this and that, but at least to save the country. Matoni and the rest of the crew, I say congratulations and thank God that you came safely and you continue to preach the message to our brothers and sisters, especially you, to listen to some of you people and then let's protect our country. Because what we're hearing here, if it's even good negative, we all will see it. Because some physicians coming to me and telling me, say, the city this is 2017, our time to do it to you people. So I hope and pray that you will not matter. If you win, you win. If you lost, you lost. Let's pray for peace in this country is the only country we have. May God bless our country and save this place.
Thank you. Thank you very much, DJ Lumber. Caller next. Hello.
Yeah. Good evening, Chris.
Yes, sir.
And let me say good evening to those powerful female journalists in the studio there. Chris, let me thank those female journalists for representing not only their institution.
What's your name, Chief? What's your name?
Sorry, my name is Patrick Fumo.
All right, Patrick. Let's hear you.
Yeah, for representing not only their institution in the organization, but representing all of us. But my question here is, we got less than 150 days to election, and they went over there. They have some experience. What advice they have for first the security, that is our police, that are going to be handling most of the electoral violence issue, the court, next, and you know that they want us copy from Sierra Leone, since they experience in Sierra Leone, or is there nothing that we can copy from Sierra Leone that maybe our process here is unique in Sierra Leone? I mean, that's just my concern.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Patrick. 077-5144-278. Liberian journalists have taken journalism to another level. They are in studio. And the public, yes, let's hear you. Prince Dolake.
Thank you. Thanks for the exclusive recognition. This is the voice of Prince Dolake. Chris, I think it's a great initiative, and it was a learning curve for the journalists, to the female journalists that took upon that time, that went to identify with our brothers, our Sierra brothers. But again, unlike Liberia, like the music you were playing, you could hear the voices of all top musicians of Sierra Leone. Nobody's thinking or falling prey to a political party. Unlike Liberia, you will see Paul Flomo, then John CDC, even Miss Liberia. They could have that beautiful girl to wear the red beret only because she want to survive. If she don't subscribe,
my man,
my
man, are you from the ANC? And you want all the top politics here? Are you from ANC?
I'm from the Alternative National Congress.
So what you got to do with about something got Deborah singing song for Charlie Bromsky?
So this is why I'm saying
but you are naming one side, and that's what we don't like.
So I never concluded.
No, you got through with the names calling.
No, people are crazy.
Man, don't make me I can't team, man.
So let me conclude now. Those
the name I call, don't call them. The name I call, don't call them.
No, don't call them. I won't call them. So the UNDP sponsor a project that all of those top musicians' voices were heard in a singing peace song. We want our government and the Liberians themselves to come up with that project, that on that fateful day, it should be sung in every nook and corner of Liberia for everyone to subscribe to the ideology of peace. Thanks for providing me the opportunity.
Thank you. Let me take this one. Hello. Sorry, you got hitched in the process. 077-5144-2. So this segment will end at 5 minutes up to 4, and then we go to the folks in studio. To this. Hello?
Yeah, good evening.
Hello?
Good evening.
Yes.
Oh, my name is Timothy Joseph calling from the Academy.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, let me comment that studio girl that in the studio there, our sister that left from here to Sierra Leone to represent Liberia, also let me just Liberia, and to learn new experience to report our elections. But I have a question for them. What advice do they have for their friend journalists who report random play when they make bulletin, sometimes when they make, let me just say, when they just make result, they just start calling the result, whether it is true, there's no confirmation.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, message for those who can just got to be journalists. Hello?
Good evening.
Yes. Journalists is just like police people. When the police really fix it once, one can just spoil all the other side. Then they get blamed by the police. It's seriously embarrassing. Yeah, let's hear you, bro.
Yeah, my name is Moses Kamo. I call from Yusuf Fadre.
Yeah, Mr. Kamo, let's hear you.
Yeah. Because when we're taking any example or any precedent on that election, the only thing I feel that we can take from there is the musician passing around. Because all the musicians now we coming on the street to tell us that Glory is one, but all the musicians are already feeling taking side.
That's the problem. That's it. But mind you, we gotta be careful. The musicians sometimes are like lawyers. They receive money to produce a song. That does not mean they ascribe to the ideology of a party.
No, but our own, they eating on one side, they drinking on one side, they attending program, they taking picture on one side. You can see it. You can see it.
No, me, I'm not seeing it. Like maybe that you alone seeing it.
When you get a contract, big let it come to me. Me and neutral.
You can sing?
Yeah. People are crazy. I'm not small singer. I've been singing choir.
What's your name?
Because
Okay, Mr. Kamo. UNDP is listening. Thank you.
Okay.
We take two more and then call your quits on this segment. Hello?
Uncle Chris, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
And let me say a pleasant good afternoon to Six Magdalene and the rest of the folks in studio. I joined the conversation from District 4, and this is the voice of Akwe Eboe Senior. Well, Six Magdalene, I must say congratulations to you and your team. I mean, I follow all of your reporting from Sierra Leone. But I have this concern, Six Magdalene. All of the teammates in studio, did any one of you had the opportunity to interact with some of these first-time voters from Sierra Leone? And if so, what are some of those things that they share with you that you people think you could share with some of our first-time voters in our country? Thank you for having me, Uncle Chris.
Thank you. They're taking notes. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes. Second to the last caller.
Yeah, this is the voice of John Marvel, and I'm joining from Tuason, the one Makibi County.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah, I want to say thanks to your studio girl and Save Magdalene. I listened to Save Magdalene from the Sierra Leone side, reporting on the election. She spoke well and she analyzed what she said. And coming back to Liberia, I want them to be together, not because they have come to Liberia, politics should divide them. The way they were holding together in Sierra Leone, I want them to do the same as the election in Liberia here, because we know that election divide people. We don't want them to be different into the analysis and reporting. We want them to be united as they did in Sierra Leone. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Last caller is on. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. SELLEE.
Yes.
Good afternoon, you guys.
Yes.
My name is Ko Kotu, student of Musa Bede School of Professional Journalism. And my question to Sis Magdalene and the other guests: what was the role of the religious leader in the election process? Were they endorsing people or they were playing a neutral role?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. You want to play from that end? You can play from that end. Okay. Patrick will be the last caller. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, brother, thank you.
Let's hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. This brother of Patrick. Let me say good afternoon to my beloved Ente. Ente Magdalene, I really admire your work, and I want to say many thanks to you. You in another neighboring country and bring you back. It is the help of God as well. I want to say many thanks to our sister, to our institute, and across the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. And yes, so this is it. Let me see whether we can squeeze in one, and then yeah. Let me see whether we can squeeze in one as we take this break. We'll come back down to bring the experience now to the home country. This caller is on. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
My name is Emma calling.
Yeah, well, Emma, you have to...
welcome back. I really enjoy you. I used to follow you through Festival SELLEE. You do well. I hope God will elevate you. You will go across the continent or even America to cover some election. To patient, I used to be in Federal working there. I enjoy you. The time you used to be giving news on Samuka FM. One of your trainees even working at DFDC. to keep on. I hope one day you access to the higher half of a profession. But I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
When you were in Sierra Leone, did you see in the faces of any journalists that are supporting a particular party that that you were talking about reporting, they can report election results? What did you see in the face of journalists when it comes to party affiliation?
All right, thank you. That does it for this segment. And yes, ladies, you are taking notes. You see how interesting the public is in getting to know your experiences on the other side. Mr. Vice, okay, so Magdalene got an audio. Let me play from that end. Play from your microphone. Yes, play. Let's hear. So what we're hearing is nobody should go out there to do what? Oh, first-time voters. Okay, because we are leaders of tomorrow, those are first-time voters, right? What they're saying is morphing a little bit. You have to reproduce it. Drugs. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm.
The key message is about jobs. So first-time voters, if you watch it, you will see. So I don't know. Most of the questions most of them were directed to me. So let me respond.
Yep, go ahead. So
I will speak a song, and then
like the vice president and women and that of patients, we have to speak to whether it is possible to keep the cohesion that and it just coincided with the election.
Yeah, so it gave it a greater boost. It was something that it was something that came out from my experience. Our president, Madam Sarah Scott Johnson, had designed it. Yeah, that she had when she attended a community solution program that was funded by the through an RX fellowship. So coming up with that idea, she said, since other people are benefiting, I can see how it spreads across in future. So then, Confusion has a low capacity when it comes to funding and when it also comes to human resources, like women in leadership. So it was a difficult thing. So sitting with Internews and Thomas Olante Brown is the lead on the senior journalism. And we should say thanks to her too, because she was all in the rain, in the streets with us while we're there in Freetown. So we want to say thank you to Madam Brown for that support. It's not only funding, but she was also there physically advising and also motivating the team. So we went there, and it was a good thing. So how can we do it here? People kept asking, how can we do it here? What we saw there, on a very honest note, if you ask my candidate opinion, I would say Liberia can do it differently. Liberia can do it better. Because what we saw there is not we're not giving results, but we saw so many things that we don't hope that Liberia can emulate.
I've seen voting queue lasted up to 11 p.m.
They started 4 o'clock, materials came 4 o'clock, and people left up to 11
up
o'clock.
to 11 p.m. That's in a report.
Yeah, another thing, people use receipt to vote. Another thing, 2 persons use one card, registration card to vote. They were all the irregularities that were strange.
Challenges.
And we know that in Africa, you do that, you are heading for trouble. Then what's more in Liberia? We don't want that in Liberia.
Even though during election time there are some of these irregularities that we encounter there, but when it comes to the issue of ballot material, let's say polling materials being delayed,
the causes suspicious.
Polling material being delayed in Liberia up to 4 o'clock.
From 7 to 5 is your time.
Yeah.
Then you bring polling material 4 o'clock.
Around at the polling place at the
And then people went as early as 3 in the morning, 3, 4 pregnant women, 6 in the morning, and the polling places open 10, 11 o'clock.
And I would like to say, Chris and the audience, these things that we saw happening on election day are things that the leading opposition APC flagged out in their
and it's flagged from the very beginning.
Yeah, for the past 3 months or beyond, they've been complaining, making statements, official statements on some of the would-be irregularities. It's like they see something coming, they anticipate that this will happen, and in reality,
it happened. And interestingly, all observers there said election was free and transparent.
So so
that is sounds funny. 2 persons use 1 voter card to vote.
Thing is that election and any commission knew the amount of persons that were registered. What they do there is not like ours. Ours, you go there, you register here, right away. But theirs, you will register, you go sit down.
Wait.
Then you wait. Then when you wait when they say come pick it up
after 4 or 5
passport. How they do it? So because of that, some of the people who register to travel. So when they came back, they went to get their cards. Their cards finished. How it will be 200 persons register and they bring 50 cards.
And another thing that really for me, I find it very good, and maybe in subsequent time we will copy that, is to give those who are turning 18 the opportunity to form part of the elections. Their names are formed. They have an addendum where they have all of those names.
Those turning 18.
To form part of the process, they want to give you the opportunity. So they will give you, they will register you, because in few weeks, in like 1 month or 2 months of elections, you'll be 18. So that's another thing too.
Our registration was the registration process ended in May.
Yeah.
So from May to October, there are some of our children that will be becoming
18. Yeah.
So they will allow those people to register, but you will not be issued a card.
A
listing from their national identification registration is where you gather those names from. So once your name is on that list, you will be turning 18 before the pool. You will come in and vote. That's one thing.
There was a negative effect that was flagged from this scenario that we're starting here, that the leading opposition saw as a way of manipulating the process. In accounts, in one of the accounts, they said the young first-time voters that were allowed, they did it proportionally. The southeastern part was the main area that got a huge chunk of that allowance, allowing people under age or who be 18 to the election.
And even above, they also have age that somebody was 200 years old.
Yeah,
you over age
200.
No one in Sierra Leone, according to them, have even reached or is 130 years old. But you have
but what the war over leave Sierra Leone, the war over men, no man can get live 200 years now.
But over age and registration centers in the southeastern part that's known to be the stronghold of the equipment. That was something that the opposition people raised. And so that side that they call a stronghold, they have only a few centers. making people to walk far distances to commit to the registration center. It will kill the interest of people.
And another thing, everyone that had a name, they can put their last name. Everyone that had a name beginning with K. K. You were not on the voter list.
The entire K.
And that happened in the Western region. Once it's known to be for opposition, they did minute registration of and a small number of registrants there, and then on the other side they register huge number of people. And they say the reliance of this will be 18 is from the national registry. What will have the national registration, national identification registry. They drew that listing from the national registration. National identification registry and said that it is an addendum. When you come, and even though you did not register or you are not 18, you will vote. You add your photo. They made most of the photos very dark. You can't be identified. So anybody can come with a slip and say, I'm Woman Jalako, you will vote.
Wow. Well, I'm told the Electoral Commissioner, the other Brown Lasina was there. And I hope she learned a lot to come back home.
That some of the press conference hosted by the Electoral Commission, but I didn't see her. But another one, this man said his mother wasn't around when his mother registered in somewhere else, but then she's unable to go back. So he said, and so we are finding means to see how she can vote here.
And she did not register there.
Did she register? No, she didn't register yet, but 2 agents told me that she can vote here. So I'm waiting to see whether we can vote here. I said, but is there a way you can go back to where she registered? No, I don't have money, but we must vote here. So
another place I was in a slum community. It was like you're going down on the downstairs.
Yeah.
And they never had a voting sign there. They never had any indication. No. So a lady who registered somewhere else, but she was a commission NEC worker before. She said she came and she didn't see signs. So she started raising contention. So then she said, you see me, I registered already, but I'm only concerned about people in this locality. They will not know that there's a police station here. They will just come and if they don't see it, they'll say maybe they have been removed and they will pass. They went to interview the NEC man there.
So this guy was caught.
This is round one fourth. So we supposed to pull something off for them to know the register.
Yeah, then I said so
knowing that police centers can be relocated at any time. So somebody will go there and say maybe they relocated it, not seeing signs.
Wow, that was. Man,
it was there. We placed it there, but somebody took it.
I like my cousin. You know, my cousin, they don't waste time with nonsense. Leave.
Oh well, we talk with a lot of people. We interview a lot of people. We got videos, evidence to everything. All of what we did not believe everything they were saying. Yes, we did not believe because there are times, there will be some, information will be given out as that. But if we did interview them based on the evidence that we were seeing around, so we did not just believe everything. So when I came back, I did my live podcast. It's very short, 3 minutes, and I said a lot in there. There was so many irregular.
When did you do that podcast? When? Oh, okay.
And yes, so like the first day I reported back, the leading opposition, the APC, they were asking the Electoral Commission to resign because they saw all of these things coming, and it was not a weak stuff. So you got a lot to do
for the election to be postponed.
Until
they can meet up with all these concerns.
So this one, electoral malpractices are not only unique to Sierra Leone. We ourselves here. Let me just play an audio of our experience in 2020 midterm elections. As small as that election was, these are some of our experiences.
A lot of voters start with him. He and his friend. So photo star. So photo star. As you can see, so photo star. So photo star. We just got this guy with so photo star. As you can see, they may bring, they may get so voting card. So voting card.
So those are some of the things that happen during electoral practice, circle. And 2017 election, the Supreme Court is on record to have said that there were electoral malpractices, but were not sufficient to ask for re-election. But this one, while you're talking, there's 2 persons to 1 voter card. But interestingly, EU, ECOWAS, Minor River Union, the Carter Center, the Commonwealth Union, they all sat there and saw these things. Yes, some of them I say it was free. Sorry. Yeah. All the observers.
This election year, the results from this center should be processed from the voting center to the magisterial office before the national office.
No.
But yeah, they revised that on a public election law last year, saying from the voting center straight to the national office. That's why it will be satisfied before we send it down.
But yeah, that's why they all sign up to. That's a law, right?
APC has been flagging it. They say that it means that it can be manipulated from up there, and whatever you receive at the district office, you're forced to take it.
Like hours what they do, they put it on
on the wall, and that is why
Because it was where they were trying to introduce the new app for the result to be counted.
Yeah, to be machinated.
Digital.
Yeah, for manual.
So we're going to set up an app at the centers where the result will just come from the center after counting directly. They just
opposition
said that. Even with the manual counting, that's what they did.
But the observers said that their first issue they raised was with the tabulation. They have a serious issue of what they said. It should be, something that it should be something that should be transparent, and the citizens should be involved. But now knowing that they are going through all this thing and say maybe they agree for it to be that way. But on a serious note, you can't take elections results and you send it straight to the head office and expect the head office start filling everything down. What do you expect?
Okay.
I know what are impossible for musicians to take lead here in the anti-violence campaign messages? Yes, it's possible here. They are not coming as political party agents, or so they thought that they are musicians, and we all want a peaceful election. That is just a cool off to me. After all the tensions around the rallies and different campaigns, 1 or 2 days to the election, you gather everybody in their t-shirt, anti-campaign message t-shirt, and they come out.
And it's not about the person. It's about the message they bring. Not the individual singing.
Because of their talent, we can use them.
Okay, so we'll close this segment at 4:30, and we are gradually moving to 4:30, and yeah.
How they face it, you can never tell for journalists' faces which side it takes. It's not their faces. It's what they say on radio.
Yeah, it's what they say
on the radio stations on the day after the day, we're waiting for RRM to report, and they were regulated, and they were okay. For me, I think the journalists did their best. Because journalists can be the one to escalate violence, they can be the one to calm violence. So if the journalists were sided, were taking sides there, they would have escalated everything there. Even though we agree that in Sierra Leone, according to what people told us, in Freetown, not Sierra Leone as a whole, but in Freetown, I think they have only 3 really credible institutions, like someone said, but the kind of institutions that go by regulations, and they were all regulated. So if we have a body that is supposed to regulate the media here, we now have those things where we have people saying this, people saying that, and we have one station being like Kigali, the other station being like this. We have everything synchronized. Yeah, and if you go against the regulation, you will be closed. That is, it's not censorship, it's not anything, but it's regulation.
Okay. Yeah, Maggie, you want to say something quickly?
I wanted to say something like, I don't want to say every question is very important, but to ask us or to ask me whether we endorse a candidate, I don't know, that was a question?
No, whether religious leaders. Yeah.
Go at the time we went when campaigns were being closed. On Monday we arrived and APC was closing whole campaign coupled with other activities. So even on I think Tuesday or Wednesday, the other opposition, the ruling party had their own campaign closing too. But all of what have been said in those polling centers, every all of the international observers, like for I would give an example of the EU. They had 100 observers within the 100 observers within all of the centers. That's one. EU had representative there, and every party had their own representative. We did interview. So if you would be an observer of your political party and you sit there and something goes wrong, who do you blame? You blame yourself, but the party will have their own. They will have to blame themselves because you have to send out people who are integrity minded, who are not just carried away by anything. When they see small money, they are being troubled. So if you are sending an observer as a political party, know who you are sending. On a serious note, there were observers from these areas. But if you sit there and people manipulate you, you can blame. I'm not saying they were manipulated, but if you sit there and they manipulate you, you have yourself or your institution to blame.
Okay, all right.
For the short time we stayed there, I did not even see them verifying whether they picture matches your face or so. And those are things that agents supposed to be keen on to know whether people now voting for. That's why
You got problem with your earpiece, right? Yeah, so myself, I had to take mine off. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, but you can talk, yes.
Those who are members of the IRL, they have to live it up and show it, and everyone is satisfied.
Whom was very
So the question here, the question above, I mean, the table, across the table is it possible for us to form a similar network here? Yes, they are in here. With the polarization of the media landscape already in Monrovia, Liberia, politicians own radio stations, and these people who work for these radio stations, they owe it to say politician. And man, somebody tell me, say, well, I pay my due to the government through the telecommunication authority. I got my lesson. I have the authority to announce results.
That is regulating. We told them how to do it. You won't believe they even regulate social media posts.
Yes.
So that's how far they have gone. So and they get complaints and they go into the complaints, and if you are found guilty, they punish you, right? And they got different measures. But the cool thing that they do there is, if you are not licensed by the IMC, you can report, you can open your station, but you will not be credible. Anybody doing business with you, they are doing business with you at their own risk.
Oh,
anybody.
Now I see the point. Yeah. So if you, as a media entity, you want to be seen as a credible person, so you gotta join, they gotta sign up to it.
Those who don't conform or those who are not in part, you are not recognized. You can do your thing, but you will not be recognized. And the citizens have been made to believe in the regulation of the Independent Media Commission so much to understand that if you are not a part, they don't regard you. So you just be operating on your own.
Okay, ladies. All right. Okay, ladies. Yes, you guys took all my time, but let me just break this news. Tweeted by Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. The Oma is far away from resting for these things. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf said it is the first one, the death news. It is with deep sadness that I note the passing of Florence Chenoweth, a long-time professional partner and friend who served as Minister of Agriculture in my administration. She shattered glass ceilings and inspired the next generation of women leaders in agriculture and food security. The latest one just coming in, she said, I echo at Melinda Gates' sentiment in her recent Time article, women belong and are badly needed at all levels of government. We must push for reforms to outdated rules that have historically held women back. Together, we can make women's equal political representation the norm. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. She just tweeted that. I just wanted to read that for you people. So it's like we've come to the end of this segment, but I want to close up with the playing of the journalist creed. Mayu, you women are cream de la cream. You people represented the media, and all of your observations are worth taking in our respective newsrooms. And not only media institutions should take your observation and recommendation. The government as well, the election commission as well. The National Commission election as well should do that. The opposition. So the last time, even before you left, and I said, and I still quoting, I said, when the international community satisfies such election, whether it is fraudulent or what, man, it is hard to turn it over. It's very difficult to turn it over. We got an experience. Even the election, even the Supreme Court agree with the opposition that there were frauds in 2017, but they said it was not amounted to changing the results. So you see, imagine that. You're taking it. This the place where the SAAH people come from. Not district. What?
They chase the APC people away.
From the as observers.
Yeah, they chase them away. They say they don't want to see your life in Canada. So they have to evacuate them.
So we must be behind. We might be behind infrastructurally, and maybe, but sometimes our situation are far civilized. Yeah, man. Anyway, yeah, they're our neighbors, close neighbors. Yeah.
I mean, it is you. So this one, I'll just read 2 lines from the ECOWAS, what they observed. They said ECOWAS observation mission at George, Sierra Leone, 2023 elections as largely peaceful. The ECOWAS election observation mission to Sierra Leone 24 general election said the polls took place generally smoothly and in a largely peaceful atmosphere, and eligible voters were able to freely participate in the process despite some early challenges. So, in this case, if they have like some instances or cases where they consider to be minor, they consider it to be free and fair. But when maybe there would have been chaos where people have to finish voting, they will have violence all around the place, then they will have come up with some. But for this one, because all of the observers were giving report about, they had a long list of everything that they observed from the APC as well as the electoral, even the electoral commission. They suffer a lot too. The coordinators, when one of the youth almost he pulled gasoline on the coordinator head from the commissioner, from the commission
to put here.
Yes. So that just from the other scheme and rescue him. So APC to the new opposition was giving their report about what all of the irregularities, as well as the commission too was also giving about some of the issues that they encounter, that their coordinators encounter. So and the international community, when they saw this, that they see it, they just gave statement and say, but since we have we were expecting this to be as maybe that terrible because of the early or signs of violence, but since they were able to control it, then it becomes peaceful. That's why all of the statement I'm receiving, the press briefing, everyone is saying it was peaceful.
They actually consider it largely peaceful because the overturn of the atmosphere, honestly speaking, the first 3 days were tense.
Yeah.
And after the 4, 5, you realize that there was calm around the city. So that magic that they played to just overturn hostile situation to calmness and leading to the election day. Election day was also calm. After election was also calm. So generally, any international body will tell me
as peaceful. I said this is the first time they don't have a peaceful election.
So as the first peaceful election.
So I think I'm making sense, right? Yeah. So I think a few months ago, the police, citizens killed police. There was
the August protest.
Thank you. So if something like that would have happened, then we can say, okay, maybe the international community is happy.
Okay, so this is just coming in from Sierra Leone. On the same election, the Sierra Leone's election watchdog, NEW, that's the acronym, NEW, has concluded its press conference in Freetown this morning after Marcella Samba Sisi, a member of NEW, announced on national radio yesterday that she will be forced to publish the election results NEW has in its possession based on its own tally of votes cast across the country last Saturday if the Electoral Commission announces false or incorrect results. Contrary to statement published yesterday by the Election Commission, news says that the results announced by the Commission are based on 60% of polling stations in each district, but do not represent 60% of the total vote cast in each district because polling stations vary in size. This correction by new critics say thus exposes the incompetence and fraudulent behavior of the Election Commission boss, Mohammed Konen. Mohammed Konen had wrongly and deliberately created the impression that the partial result announced by the Election Commission represents 60% of all votes cast in all districts. See the embarrassment coming. Yeah, you got to win 55%. So,
how the election have gone. The election went exactly as it said, right? It went exactly as SLPP projected it. Then knew the National Election Watch where I was assigned. They were at the Brookfield Hotel. That's where they are situated. They are almost at the ECC here.
Yeah.
That's how they are there. And in 2017, 2018, when they had our elections, they were the observer group that said if they were going to have a runoff elections in Sierra Leone. When all others said they were going to have one runoff, they were the one that said, according to their own statistics.
So this observer group now new is saying the results in their possession, they are going for runoff. Yeah.
They never had it. It was more Tina, Mambia, and I. We spent almost the whole evening, the afternoon there. They never had it up to 24. And all the heads of that of you had to go for. They decided them for press conference. So we knew that something was going on. We were there when Something was wrong. Yes, Katasina said the key was for information to get to new. But I didn't see anybody, and we're still there. We're just watching what they were doing. And since then, for me, I know that New is going to say something, and that's the reason why people feel that there will still be tension.
Yeah. So news is on the news. In fact, the Patriotic Vanguard is reporting that the ruling party is heading for massive victory. At the same time, New is saying that results in their possession, no party has won 55%. So they're going. They know the Sierra Leoneans are going back to the polls.
That's why they are saying to be compelled to announce the result because they have observers at all the polling centers.
But the question here, do they have any partisanship with any political party?
No. There are 450 self-society organizations in
My goodness.
governmental institutions. 450 members or more. So they are the biggest, the most credible, transparent self-society organization in Sierra Leone. They respect them so highly.
So on the security side, if they announce the results in their possession, I mean, the country is going to be again on its toes because this result is in favor, in their possession, is in favor of the opposition because they are going to, yes, 56%. Yeah, imagine that. So, yeah, so we'll keep posted on the yes.
Pay money. Well, all the money where you went, all the international observation, and they put all the media of. Yes. So after they have announced and they wanted to have with all media practitioners. So tough on your faces that something was going on.
So what is wrong in Africa that if an individual wins the election or did not win, what is it wrong that you can announce a runoff to see who is stronger? Because you're looking for, it's like Fafa penalty. If the Fafa kicks are taken and still no winner, it continues to go. Yeah, because I asked you, and then you said later on they asked the media outside. But you should have, Madeleine, you should have resisted. You should have told them, say, I'm not going outside. And asking the media out.
Asking the media out. Whether you are well now, you are black, which country you want, or you are media, you will ask for their out. Started from the beginning. Yeah. The first meeting that was announcing in our chat room. Yeah. From ECOWAS. And there were going to be 2 meetings that day. And I 11 ECOWAS by 10. The second one should have been by African Union by 12. Yeah. And all journalists, including international journalists, who went at those venues at a particular time. When we get there, they will tell, oh no, we never including any W. It's not a press conference. We don't want to have a dialogue with the media. Just at that time, they wanted only international journalists. We feel local journalists. Even the international, we from Liberia. Well, more than 5, they said only 1 person will come from Liberia. And you represented us. So I had to go in. So here, you asked me, we're eating your time, but you asked
Don't worry, this is, you see, let me tell you, the reason why I keep you people on, or I'm keeping you people on, man, this is, the distance is so short between us. As you said on your report, you can see a Sierra Leonean and say, this man is Sierra Leonean, this man is Liberian, except they speak, right? So what happened in Sierra Leone is of concern to Liberia because we are almost having the same electoral circle. So that is the reason why. Yeah.
And I told you our friend who represented us. She represented, I don't know if you want to say something that
did they tell you not to report what you told you people?
You mean the press briefing?
Yeah, the dialogue, yeah.
She represented. We went there and there were all local journalists. In fact, what it said, the opening statement was, we did not come to have an interaction as,
Who's speaking?
The head of the AU.
Okay.
Delegation. He said, we don't want to know from you how has your practice been in the country, and that's why we even signal our local journalists. We neither invited international journalists, but we asked international journalists to stay up. But I thought I already sit there by here. I don't put me on that. And she's looking at Charlotte. You can see me as a salon Jew, right? So this thing is e-hosting. We don't want it to go outside, and reporting ourselves, but in clear terms. How has your practice been?
Can you imagine that?
With the government, yes.
Who was the one questioning the media, and what they did, apparently they are accustomed to just promoting themselves. Everything they said over there was positive about the relationship between the media and the government. No censorship. In fact, for the last 5 years, no journalist has been arrested or intimidated based on a practice.
That's AU?
The local journalists were the ones saying things.
Okay, all right.
Asking questions.
Yeah.
So what are their fears when it comes to reporting to any election? And the guy said they have no fear. They are giving the free space
we should have no fear
to report because they depend on their regulatory body that has helped to shape that work in a more credible manner. And some of the things we're talking were true because we met the Independent Commission, we met this. There are Journalists Association, Several Journalists Association. Those people are organized. So when you hear them talk about their work, in fact, we can brag of having one of the most vibrant journalism association in West Africa.
The guy headquarters.
Wow.
Do they have headquarters?
Do you feel safe?
Do they have headquarters before they say one of the most organized? The guy headquarters? Yeah, man.
A 4-story headquarters that hosts the different.
What 4-story? Did they eat their headquarters money?
From the headquarters, and it will interest you to know that the fast checking program is not operated or run by a private institution. It is the heartbeat of the Journalists Association over there. That a fast check hub. I work one of these days on the fast check hub where after the police conference they said there were five bullets, fire, but 2 AK-47, 3 pistol rounds, but it was not from the police. It's the APC that's harboring ex-combatants in their headquarters that fire at the police. And we asked the question, were you there when the shots were fired? They said the fact that they were not clear on responding to that. The fact that the shots were there, right in front of the APC headquarters, it means they fired it. And APC was also alleging that the police fired at them. How did we know? They said nobody died. Police press briefing, they said nobody died. How did we verify that somebody died? It was the fact checking that we did on the next day. Okay. Right after that press conference, we went to the fact checking hub and started to reach out to hospitals, send reporters to hospitals, mortuary. It was verified. At one, I found a hospital name, a body was presented at the hospital right after the protest by the APC people that the police fired at them, and this person, the hospital confirmed that guy dead, and the body was deposited in the mortuary of that hospital. So that's when slash confirmed that indeed that report that the police said there was no one dead, it was verified that someone died, and another person was critical. They were shot at too, but they have not died. They are on a critical condition.
Well, my people, yes. So it is 12 minutes up to 5 o'clock. As a matter of fact, we've been giving politicians here 2 hours to talk. Why we can give journalists 2 hours exclusively to tell us their own experiences. But it's very important with these irregularities that you people just reported, and then the international observers look at them and say relatively peaceful. Well, it is, I don't know how to put it.
They are largely concerned about the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Because it was really calm. But I'm having a second thought, Chris. Issue of a peaceful, calm atmosphere. I want to think, is the money with them? No, I want to think to some extent it could be a form of coercion. Because I don't feel comfortable with armed personnel as far as police and they say they provide security. I don't know what are the comfortable with the messages were clear. But when you go to the police center,
cast your vote, leave from there and go. In fact, for 2-3 days, in fact, no businesses, no offices operating, everything almost shut down because of the election. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, even Sunday.
So they got citizens' view when they, international community will not come and just work on its own. They will always work with people on ground. So the citizens are saying this is one of our most peaceful elections.
Different citizens who are saying it.
No, they
more comfortable with the armed men around.
Because
they are not going to just take a group. It's going to be done randomly.
Yeah, what we're saying is, imagine, right? I am from the Prince, and I know I'm supposed to work on Sunday.
But my media
We went
station
to
is closed.
Awoko, it was closed.
I know the Democracy radio station is a radio station that we operating through. Why it's closed? Shops are closed. The streets are abandoned. You call that peaceful? It's peaceful.
Of course,
It's not so peaceful. It's relative.
It's
So it doesn't mean
peaceful.
that everything there was.
Now I get you.
People could be in fear, but they see everything is peaceful. Once there's calm, that's peace.
That's it.
Fear will make you to keep indoors.
Even though we did not cover the election throughout Sierra Leone, we were specifically in Freetown, but almost all of the places we visited, you noticed that there were a lot of places happy.
When we're coming back,
we're not happy.
When we're coming back, patients. When we're coming back, what did you see celebration?
Nowhere.
We saw it on the road.
Where?
It was in Bo.
Oh no, that was far from Freetown.
I know. I'm not saying where was the missing celebration? Far, right?
Yeah,
Who was celebrating?
Yeah, that was
celebrating. So you see, nobody leaning. Nobody.
No,
Fire was peaceful.
I don't know, but on a serious note, we stay with them. As the citizens have said, it was peaceful. They live there. They know how high-headed they are
because they want peace.
Yes, so they want peace. So that's why they
are really resolved.
If Red Cross will come here, for example, if Red Cross will come here to work, they will not work when they are not supposed to only come and work here with people who they bring from abroad. They will work with Liberians, right? Sure. So these are people who are saying from my own observation, they do this randomly and talk to people. They have people across where they will talk to one or two, across. And say, but this election is most peaceful because what she said about that?
It was peaceful.
Where's she?
We association.
So is that what she said?
West with Inter News there.
Okay, so you see, let me tell you about these regional bodies composed of, sorry to say, corrupt group of people. Only want to keep themselves in this kind of electoral observatory stuff, high profile. Let me tell you about that. Yeah, Edwin Snow and the ECOWAS Parliament. Let me tell you something, right? There's fire. Fire is getting on the mountain in Senegal. Macky Sall elected twice. Macky Sall of all pressing, that long-standing democracy in Senegal. Macky Sall is pushing for a third term. ECOWAS is sitting doing nothing. This is the same ECOWAS went to Guinea, tried to foil a military takeover. After they sat and watched that man change the constitution, with people dying as a result, only to come to tell the military man, step down. So you see, let me tell you about international politics. As long as these people are traveling from place to place and are lodged in 5-star hotel, they're not paid from their pockets, right? They got their daily sustenance allowances all coming in green notes, some of them on their credit cards. They don't care, right? So least for anyone to believe that a regional body like ECOWAS will go and see the wrong thing and sit there and announce the wrong thing, say, no, this we have to go back. No, they're not going to go back. This is a lesson for Liberian scenario that is upcoming. Liberian scenario is upcoming. By the time these people satisfied the election results, you will go to the election commission or the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, well, will never turn you back, but they will go into it, get the merits and demerits, and come with an opinion. Like in 2017, what happened? All what we said, the closest rival to George Weah had to call press conference at his party headquarters to say not a single, though did not accept the election result as it went, but he said, I will not be the reason for one Liberian blood to drop. I concede, right? So all the noise that our oil industry is finished. What lesson have we learned from 2017 and what have we learned just recently from Sierra Leone? Thanks, guys. Thanks so much for coming. I appreciate I appreciate, man. No, please come tomorrow. No, please come tomorrow. I trust your ability. You're gonna even be stronger on tomorrow. Yes. So let me get a parting words. I'll start with Patience Big Chroma of Top FM, Zwedru, Grand Gila County. Let's hear you.
Just pushing me for us to team up on some of your reports back home. I must appreciate that as well. Also, to say thanks to news family and that of the job for the initiative, having us out of Liberia and then coming there for that great experience. I'm going back. And there are going to be a little change in my own newsroom at my institution.
You will fire there now. You will fire.
The dynamics will change. Yes, that's going to turn things around. And actually, we're going to do it better so that at the end of the day, comes October, there will be a peaceful election and peaceful messages spread out through our various platforms. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Patient. Patient is from Top FM. Next, Wimo.
Yes, Chris, thank you so much for the opportunity. And I'd like to thank Fija for such glorious opportunity. The fact that women do things differently is evident by the leadership of the Female Journalists Association. When we begin Fija and we put our feet to fire to the ground, today we have seen a lot of changes. So we can even proudly say that we can represent the media in Liberia, and we did that by going to Sierra Leone and performing exceptionally well. Many thanks to Fija and Either News for the partnership, as well as USAID for the funding, because without funding, these things wouldn't have been possible. And I'm glad that I was a part of it, and a lot of things that we've learned from there. I want to admonish our media colleagues here. We are close to elections. The people, the journalists of Sierra Leone did it because they are synchronized, they are organized, they have a body that governs them. We might not have it here like the RRN, we might not have it here, but our ethics, our professional ethics can help guide us in the way we present the messages out there during election so that we not escalate the things. If election will be peaceful, it will be highly based on our role as the media. We saw the media in Sierra Leone, we saw them took the lead. We can also take the lead in carrying peace messages, in helping to disseminate information. Not disinforming the people or misinforming the people, but information that will help to build alliance and peace, not information that will scatter the minds of people. We can do it even without the RRN for now, because time is short, but we can do it. We can do it because of our mindset. The people of Sierra Leone were convinced, they were resolved to have a peaceful election, and the media led that. So we in Liberia can lead our country to a peaceful election based on our role we play, the way we disseminate the information, the way we try to put away insightful messages, because that's the thing that can really create a problem. We should not fight to incite. Please, that be the pressure business, and see how we can work to ensure that
the song? What did?
The pressure.
The song?
The music.
That's some pressure. That's some
no, it's someone play there for that now. Please.
Don't forget with the pressure business. Let's work together and let's work to provide information that is truthful. Okay. Not jump back calling for anyway. The citizen journalism is a challenge, but we can work on it if we choose to be ethical. There will be a difference from real journalists to citizen journalists, because they will be all around with Facebook Live and all that thing. But our ethical practice will help set the difference between us as the professional people and the other people who just want to be. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes.
You go
Yes.
for it.
Yeah. The vice president will close. Magdalene.
We can hear you.
Sorry. The vice president will close. Magdalene.
So thanks so kindly to the Truth FM family. I really appreciate the worked State of the Nation and the news department. They worked. They were very cooperative. Thanks to USAID and Internews. Internews was represented by Madam Topa Solonte Brown, and FIJA as well. Our able president was with us. And here we have it was a vibrant team, wonderful team, full of energy and cooperation. Like my friend said, oh, Magdalene kept pushing. Sometimes I want them to help me, for us to do a collaborative reporting. But when I go and catch it, they'll be like, yes, and I have something else to do in that. But that just a fun part of it. This other girl, I kept talking to her, and she'll be like, yes, it's Magdalene, we have to work. Sometimes I wake up 2 o'clock straight to 5 o'clock in the morning. So so funny. We went for a high-level meeting. Everybody coming down the stairs and entering the luxurious cars. We were coming down the stairs, and she was so shaking. She had a bottle in her hand. It just dropped for the gear. I was like, wow. And everybody stood still for 3-4 seconds like that, and then I have to tell the security saying, so this thing will help to boost our confidence, because you being a journalist, if you lack confidence, you don't need to go out there. You need to have confidence. You will meet high profile people, and right now where I'm seated, I can tell you who I want to interview right now is Barack Obama, is Donald Trump, and all of those people before, and President Weah. So we need to start reaching out. We can have meeting with him, because it will help to boost your confidence. So it was wonderful going to another country, experience a few hours away from Liberia, but we learned a lot. And we can say, oh yeah, our country is the worst, or the other people's country is the best. We have some good things that we have here, and they too are dragging behind us with some things that and we are also dragging behind them. So the things that we think we know that we can recommend to NEC, we can recommend to political parties, we can recommend to civil society organizations, because the civil society organizations play a major role. Every time I receive press briefing from them, they were calling for peace, and spreading out messages. So it's a collaborative effort to ensure that we have peaceful elections come October 10th. So nobody should underestimate anything, but to ensure that we become one, we become one, that day will be a glorious day. So, you disturbing me.
Let me disturb us.
Why is it?
I just received the information that we're talking about final results are about to be announced. They are already being announced by the
Wow. Can you share it?
Yeah, I'm about to send it. SLPP 56.17%.
56?
APC 41.1%.
So no runoff.
But that means
so no runoff, but this result, no runoff. Yes. Okay, but the election watchdog is saying the results in their possession. There is a runoff. Because they said they will be compelled to release the result if the election commission releases fake results. So let's wait and see in the next 1 hour.
The table's about to be shaking.
Yeah, so
we are home.
No. It's not about thank God we are home. Yeah, even though thank God we are home, we still do have our families over there. I don't know. I'm not blood related to anybody in Sierra Leone now. I don't know. But Sierra Leone is our next door. We have to continue to keep them in prayers, like I always reported. We have to keep them in prayers, or else if anything goes wrong, we are affected. So let's keep them in our prayers. We should not only pray for Liberia. Let's keep them in our prayers, because I had a dream. I explained to them, but I cannot explain here. And I said we have to pray, even though we are here to observe.
but we have to pray for them because few days from now we'll be out of here. But I had a terrible dream. So let's keep them in our prayer, all of our pastors here. And I mean, sometimes you just cross the border, you go to Sierra Leone, you are there most often. So we are back, we are safe, we are okay. But what our friends and family and they are neighbor to us, let's keep them in prayers.
Okay, so we go to the vice president of the FIJA, Jimmy. Winnie, let's hear you. Your closing comment.
So time, and also I want to tell the fellows thanks, even those who did the vetting, they vetted some of the best in the newsrooms in Liberia, and we pray that who helped all those who did not make it to the finishing lines, they will be encouraged to apply next time when we have such opportunity. So again, I want to say thank you to Dennis, Nipsey, our own Magdalene SAAH, Joyce Tukpa, Tina Mappin, Koto Snow, Grace Molayisi, Patience Bakroma, Women Chalako. We want to say thank you, ladies, for reaching the finishing line.
Okay.
And for also being leaders and shakers in this new media landscape. And also this program is a 6-month program. So we expect that we will all go into it towards elections because there are other activities that will unfold. And again, don't never cease to make use of every opportunity you get. It was one in a million and will go long time in your memory.
Yeah.
So we hope that even our own elections here, you will look at common practices and every other thing, and you will look at early warning signs, and you will not take it lightly. The people of Sierra Leone did not take their early warning signs lightly, and they cherish their peace so much. That's the reason why they are trying to handle it. I hope with the experience that we got, we too will be able to handle our own situations here properly so that we have peaceful election come October, and we're looking forward to female journalists being in the lead when it comes to collecting news and every other thing. And finally, we hope that we too, as female journalists, will take the lead in developing the RRN, our own RRN here, so that we start the process. Even if PUL is still lacking, FIJA will take on the mantle and we will lobby so that we have our own RRN here, so we become credible body because we are part and parcel of the media landscape in Liberia. Again, Chris, we want to say thank you.
Okay. Yes.
You know, whenever someone does good, it's good to appreciate it. I will use this medium to appreciate Honorable Snow.
Okay.
When he saw us, he was very receptive that it were, right? And seeing us in the interview, he said, if you people who have told me, we are going to all of the other meetings that we've been having, we're going to inform. So I must appreciate all of you. Maybe he's not doing well in the district or he's doing well. I have comfort that. But I want to say thanks to him because he was very instrumental. We took up some areas that on our own we couldn't have been there. So I want to use this time to appreciate, and he continues to update us, to give us information. Whenever they have press conferences, they just send in it. Even up to now, he's still doing it. So I want to appreciate on this platform when someone. I want to tell Sarah Johnson thanks. Thanks. And our also why they talk selected bound things. And also things to interviews and FIJA and USAID. We want to say we appreciate it so much. That's why Madeline has all these words to speak. And we hope that our voice will be stronger, that she should be highlighting everything she sees, she's taking the lead. Because she will also take the lead. So she will not talk here while I finish talking.
Okay. All right. Okay, guys. Thanks so much for coming. You had a wonderful time in Sierra Leone and as well. Imagine 7 days, we all synchronized it into 2 hours here. We had a wonderful time. Yes, the results are out. Mother Bio, CNN is equally reporting is re-elected for a second term. And yes, but the APC support group received 200 D campees to support Silver Global campaign. Anyway, that is coming up. The news, the new that's the election watchdog say it is coming up with the results that it has, the credible results in quotation that it has. Thank you so much. And what we do here as our editorial, unless the election is coming, before we're having a workshop coming up, some of you could be called to come and lecture, those who will be in the field for us, unless a result is placed on the wall and stamped, unless it is placed and stamped, don't read it out on the radio. That is the caveat usually signed to our reporters in the field. That's why we always bring the credible figures from the field, and that is coming up this year again. We've been in the business from 2005 to 2011, 2017. Now we are 2023. Thanks so much for coming. Magdalene, see you tomorrow in your usual seat. Good night. So I'm gonna end with this with a repeat of the journalist creed. Thanks to each and every one of you.